The Arctic wind cuts across Greenland's Thule region. The Thule stone circles rise from the tundra like silent sentinels, their shadows stretching long across ice, whispering stories the cold has preserved. Each stone is carefully placed, deliberate, as if the builders sought to communicate with the cosmos itself. The answers have eluded archaeologists and explorers for generations, leaving the circles suspended between history. Modern scientists have been captivated by the precision of the formations. Alignments with solstices and distant peaks suggest a civilization attuned to celestial patterns and natural cycles. Each stone seems to pulse with purpose, a frozen heartbeat echoing across generations. Despite technology and mapping, the Thule circles retain their secrets. Standing among these ancient stones today, one feels a presence. It is the echo of those who observed Arctic world. The wind carries more than cold, it carries whispers of ceremonies, and a culture that mastered survival while leaving messages for future generations. And as we peer across the frozen tundra, the Thule stone circles stand not only as monuments of the past but as invitations. The Thule stone circles guard their secrets. Archaeologists have unearthed remnants of hearths and even small dwellings, hinting that these formations were not solely ceremonial, they were part of a living. Every artifact, every stone carefully placed, speaks of humans who observed. The Arctic is both harsh and revealing. Ice preserves traces of life that would vanish elsewhere, fragments of textiles. Some believe these were offerings. Others suggest they were practical markers. The challenges of constructing these circles cannot be overstated. Transporting heavy stones across frozen tundra required extraordinary. The builders understood the land intimately, every wind channel, to position stones that would endure centuries. Modern technology, including ground-penetrating radar and 3D scanning, has revealed subtle substructures and alignments, hinting at knowledge far ahead of what we imagined possible in such a harsh environment. These oral histories, once dismissed as myth, often align with archaeological evidence, suggesting that the ancients' understanding of landscape. The Thule people encoded wisdom in stone, leaving messages not just for contemporaries but for generations far into the future. The Thule stone circles are not merely grounded in survival, they reach toward the cosmos. Many formations align with celestial events and the rising of specific stars. Ancient observers must have spent decades watching the sun and stars, noting patterns and cycles. Modern scientists are astonished by the precision. Some stones mark the horizon where the solstice sun emerges. Oral traditions support this cosmic connection. Elders recount that the circles were used by shamans to interpret celestial events, to guide community decisions. Mapping the sky in this frozen expanse was no small feat. Every alignment required meticulous observation. The stone circles endure as frozen observatories, monuments to a people who merged survival. The Thule stone circles were not solely instruments of astronomy, they were sacred spaces where ritual intertwined with survival. These circles were spaces where humans reached beyond themselves, connecting with nature. Elders guide chants and dances, teaching the young about the cycles of the sun, the migration of animals. Every ceremony reinforced social cohesion and maintained harmony with the unforgiving environment and this frozen world. Ritual was inseparable from survival. Inuit oral histories describe certain circles as listening stones, echoing prayers and intentions across the tundra. Even today, visitors report a subtle energy, a connection to the ancients that transcends time. Archaeologists trace the origins of the Thule people to migrations from Alaska and the Canadian Arctic more than 1,000 years ago. They were skilled hunters and engineers of the ice. The circles in Greenland predate many of their known settlements, raising a haunting question: did the Thule inherit these stones from an older, forgotten culture? Some evidence suggests yes. Tools made from an unfamiliar composite of bone and mineral have been found, tools that don't match known Thule craftsmanship. Radiocarbon dating places some artifacts far earlier than the accepted timeline, perhaps by centuries. Could the Thule stone circles be remnants of Tunic craftsmanship? The Arctic was once home to a network of interconnected cultures, and communicating across vast distances long before European exploration. What if these circles were not just temples or observatories, but maps, living records of an Arctic once different from today? Recent surveys using drone imagery and satellite LiDAR have revealed a strange consistency in the positioning of these circles across Greenland. Many seem to align with now-vanished coastlines, ancient glacial routes, and subglacial rivers that once flowed freely before being sealed by centuries of ice. It's as if the builders of these circles were cartographers of the Earth's frozen arteries, marking the geography of a world that no longer exists. Some archaeologists now suggest that the Thule and their ancestors recorded not only celestial patterns but also geological and hydrological changes, creating a stone language that documented the shifting world around them. Beneath some circles, excavations have uncovered depressions lined with compacted gravel, hinting at use as seasonal markers for melting and freezing patterns. These structures could have acted as natural timekeepers, helping ancient peoples track cycles critical for hunting and navigation. But then comes a mystery. Certain circles appear to mirror constellations not visible from Greenland's latitude today. Were these ancient Arctic astronomers mapping the skies of a different era, when the Earth's axial tilt or atmospheric clarity made the heavens look different? Or were they following a tradition carried from lands farther south, long before migration into the Arctic began? Some researchers argue these alignments record catastrophic climatic shifts. The circles might be not just monuments, but warnings, preserved by generations to signal the fragility of life in an ever-changing world. They remind us that long before satellites and sensors, ancient humans read the planet like a living book, and in Greenland circles, that book may still be open. In recent years, as the Arctic ice recedes faster than ever before, something extraordinary has begun to happen. The thawing ground around Thule's ancient circles is revealing hidden chambers. Explorers have found narrow passages leading deep beneath the surface, where blocks of stone form what appears to be underground enclosures. Inside, the air is still untouched for millennia. Carbon samples suggest these structures could be among the oldest man-made enclosures in the entire Arctic region. What purpose did they serve? Some speculate they were storage vaults for tools and food. Others propose something more enigmatic, sanctuaries, or even tombs, where shamans entered trance-like states to communicate with spirits or celestial forces. Under infrared scans, faint carvings appear on the stones, spiral motifs, animal figures, and what seem like stars arranged in deliberate constellations. These markings echo those found in ancient Siberia and northern Norway, suggesting a cultural exchange stretching across continents. One discovery, made by a joint Greenlandic and Japanese research team, shocked the archaeological community. A carved obsidian disc buried near one circle, inscribed with markings that resemble the dog star Sirius, a celestial body of deep spiritual significance in many ancient cultures. Its presence in this frozen wilderness suggests that whoever built these circles had knowledge or connections far beyond what history has recorded. As ice melts and more secrets emerge, a haunting question rises. What else lies buried beneath Greenland's frozen skin? For now, the whispers beneath the ice remain faint. But each thawing year brings the ancient voices closer, and with them, the story of a civilization that once mapped both the heavens and the earth in stone. The Thule stone circles were not mere markers of geography or astronomy. They were sacred spaces where ritual and community intertwined. Each circle, precisely arranged and aligned, was a stage where humans enacted their connection to nature, sky, and spirit. Smoke from small fires once spiraled into the Arctic sky, carrying chants and prayers across frozen plains. Excavations revealed traces of ceremonial objects, carved bone pendants, polished stones, and remnants of offerings, each placed with deliberate intention. The circles functioned as classrooms, observatories, and sanctuaries. Elders taught the young how to read the stars, track the migration of animals, and interpret the cycles of the seasons. Every ritual reinforced survival knowledge, social cohesion, and respect for the harsh Arctic environment. Inuit oral traditions preserve fragments of these rituals. Elders speak of listening stones, which echoed intentions and prayers, amplifying human voices across the tundra. Even today, visitors report a subtle energy when standing among the circles, a sense of presence that transcends centuries. The wind carries more than cold. It carries memory, encoded in stone, waiting to be heard. Ritual was inseparable from survival in the north. Observing celestial patterns, performing ceremonies at specific times, and recording environmental cues were all acts of survival dressed in sacred form. The Thule people understood that the Arctic demanded more than strength. It demanded awareness, respect, and harmony. These echoes of ritual challenge our perception of ancient Arctic cultures. They reveal a civilization not only capable of surviving extreme conditions but also of creating meaningful, enduring spiritual practices. The circles are more than monuments. They are living legacies, lessons carved into the frozen landscape. The Thule stone circles are messages, but messages written not in language, but in placement, alignment, and endurance. Each stone, heavy and deliberate, communicates intent. Some mark the horizon where the solstice sun rises. Others trace subglacial rivers now hidden beneath ice. Together, they form a complex code, a frozen manuscript waiting to be deciphered. Archaeologists have identified patterns that suggest not just ceremonial use but practical mapping. Stones correspond to hunting grounds, migration routes, and ancient coastlines, turning the landscape into a living atlas. The ancients recorded their environment in durable stone, preserving knowledge that would survive centuries of Arctic harshness. This communication is layered. Beyond practical data, the circles encode spiritual and cosmological significance. Spiral carvings, star alignments, and depictions of Arctic fauna suggest a worldview where survival, observation, and spirituality were inseparable. Life, death, nature, and cosmos were intertwined in the silent language of stone. Modern researchers face a puzzle. Despite advanced technology, LiDAR, drones, radiocarbon dating, many patterns remain mysterious. Why are certain stones positioned slightly off-axis? Do they mark astronomical anomalies, environmental events, or symbolic intentions lost to time? The questions underscore the sophistication of the builders and the depth of knowledge encoded in the Arctic landscape. The Thule circles are reminders that survival in extreme environments demands more than instinct. It demands observation, collaboration, and imagination. These stones are silent tutors, preserving lessons for those who come with curiosity, patience, and respect. Time was measured differently in the Arctic. With months of darkness and endless summer days, conventional calendars failed. The Thule stone circles became temporal instruments, a frozen chronometer tracking seasonal shifts, animal migrations, and celestial cycles. At specific times, sunlight pierced the stones, illuminating carved patterns and creating shadows that marked the passage of days. Hunters used these alignments to know when to migrate with caribou, when seals would appear on the ice, and when fishing was optimal. The circles became both guides and guardians, ensuring survival in a region where timing was life or death. But the circles were more than tools. They were repositories of knowledge. Carvings of the sun, moon, and stars, combined with subtle alignments to terrain features, allowed generations to predict environmental changes and adapt strategies. In a land of extremes, precision was paramount. A single miscalculation could mean famine or disaster. Some circles also preserve warnings, symbols that may reference past storms, shifts in ice, or other natural events. The ancients encoded memory in stone, teaching future generations through placement and pattern rather than words. These lessons endure, offering insight into how humans adapted not only physically but cognitively to one of the harshest climates on Earth. Standing among the stones today, it is easy to feel small against the Arctic vastness. Yet these circles tell a story of mastery, of humans who transformed observation into understanding, fear into ritual, and survival into culture. They are not relics. They are the Arctic's own living chronicle, etched in stone, waiting for us to read and respect the wisdom of those who came before. Connections stretch beyond Greenland's frozen expanse. Similar stone circles, alignments, and motifs appear across northern Canada, Alaska, and even parts of Scandinavia. These threads suggest that the Arctic was not isolated, but part of a broader network of observation, ritual, and survival knowledge. Trade routes, migration paths, and cultural exchange may have connected distant communities, allowing techniques, astronomy, and ritual practices to travel across the Arctic. Some carvings in Greenland resemble those in Siberia, hinting at a shared cosmology spanning continents. The Thule stone circles are part of a vast story, one of human ingenuity and resilience bridging immense distances. This network transforms the circles from local phenomena into symbols of collective Arctic intelligence. Knowledge of survival, astronomy, and ritual was not confined to one settlement. It flowed through a continuum of cultures that revered the same elements: wind, ice, stars, and life itself. Modern explorers and scientists marvel at this interconnectedness. The circles are evidence that, even in harsh climates, humans built not only for survival but for legacy. Every stone is a thread, linking past with present, north with south, and people with the cosmos. In recent decades, thawing ice and advanced technology have begun to reveal secrets long hidden beneath the tundra. Subterranean structures, carved stones, and artifacts suggest that the Thule circles were more than surface monuments. They were entrances to layered networks of knowledge, storage, and ritual. Ground-penetrating radar has uncovered cavities, carefully built enclosures, and deposits of tools and ceremonial items. Some align precisely with star patterns, reinforcing the idea that the Thule and their predecessors encoded astronomy, survival, and spirituality into both horizontal and vertical space. One particularly remarkable discovery is a series of small, aligned stones forming narrow corridors beneath a central circle. Archaeologists theorize that these may have been used for initiation ceremonies, astronomical observation, or even as sacred passageways connecting the spiritual with the practical. Every discovery deepens the mystery. Each artifact and substructure raises questions. Who came first? Were these practices inherited or independently developed? What knowledge remains buried beneath ice still centuries old? The Thule stone circles continue to challenge assumptions, revealing that even in the most remote and unforgiving climates, human civilization flourished, observed, and communicated across generations. The Thule stone circles are more than ancient monuments. They are legacies etched into the Arctic landscape, carrying the knowledge, spirituality, and ingenuity of a civilization that thrived in one of Earth's harshest environments. These circles remain, silent but eloquent, bridging past and present, human and cosmos, survival and ritual. Modern scientists and explorers continue to marvel at the precision, purpose, and resilience of the circles. Their alignment with stars and natural landmarks, the careful placement of each stone, and the enduring presence of the formations suggest that the Thule people were conscious not only of survival but of legacy. Their monuments were meant to communicate across time, carrying messages of wisdom, guidance, and reverence for the environment. Local Inuit traditions reinforce the significance of these sites. Elders speak of ceremonies, teachings, and stories encoded in the stones, lessons on survival, cosmic order, and humanity's place within the natural world. The circles served as gathering points, schools, observatories, and spiritual centers, integrating practical knowledge with profound symbolism. Even today, standing among the circles evokes awe and mystery. Explorers often report a feeling of connection, as though the ancients' intentions, struggles, and observations linger, frozen yet alive. Each stone carries not just weight but meaning, inviting reflection on ingenuity and resilience. Ultimately, the Thule stone circles challenge our understanding of ancient Arctic civilizations. They reveal a society capable of remarkable engineering, astronomical observation, and spiritual insight. A civilization that left a legacy written not on paper but in stone, ice, and memory. The Arctic may be harsh and remote, yet it preserves some of humanity's most profound questions, inviting us to listen, learn, and respect the wisdom of those who came long before. The stone circles are enduring symbols, ensuring that the mysteries, lessons, and legacy of the Arctic's ancient people remain alive, challenging us to uncover, understand, and honor the stories written in stone.